And now I'm going to talk about delimiters. What delimiters are, they help you separate your data clearly. So they are special symbols. That's what delimiters are. They are special symbols or characters, and they separate different parts of your prompt. For example, by using delimiter, you can separate instructions, you can separate data and examples from each other. This is one of the advantage of a delimiter. The common delimiters, the common ones that are used are triple quotes, then this one, XML or JSON tags. These are the common ones. So let's take a look at an example of a prompt that is not using delimiter, that is without delimiter. So here's your prompt. Summarize the following text. Explain how climate change affects affects agriculture. Climate change is causing unpredictable rainfall and crop damage. Now this prompt right here, it is confusing because instructions and data are mixed. This is your instruction right here, and then this is another instruction, and then you have right here, climate change affects agriculture. You have these like text right here. So this your data and your instructions. Basically, they are confusing. For AI to understand where does your data begins, where does your instruction begins, and where does your instruction ends. But what we can do, we can use delimiter now. So in this case, I can use a prompt like this: summarize the text below, and then you'd say text right here, and then this is my delimiter right here. Okay, climate change is causing unpredictable rainfall and crop damage right here. So this is my sentence, this is my paragraph, a big paragraph, let's say. And then you close it with delimiter right here. This is same delimiter as this one right here. And now your AI, it will clearly understand where your text starts and where your text ends. You can also use triple quote. So in this instance right here, this is the prompt: summarize the text inside triple quotes. Over here, you're explicitly telling the AI that you are using a triple quote as a separator. So this is my triple quote right here. And then you put your text over in there, and then you close it with the triple quote. And here, your triple quote, it would separate instructions from the text. This is my text right here, and this right here is my instruction. It is separating instructions from the text. You can also use separator lines. For example, this is a prompt: analyze the data below and identify key trends. So here I'm using separator line. I'm using this hyphen, hyphen, hyphen 3 times, or minus, minus, minus 3 times right here. So in this case, this is my text right here. Sales increased by 20% in quarter one, it dropped by 5% in quarter two, and sales remain the same in quarter three. So this is my data right here, present between the separator line. Okay, I can also use tags. So in this case, I'm using this tag right here. This is my tag, this is my opening tag, and this is my closing tag right here. So I can say, explain the following code. And let's say this is my code right here. So A equal to 2, B equal to 3, and print A plus B. So I'm asking the AI to explain me this code. All right. So why exactly delimiters are important? I'm sure you must have figured out a few things now. Without your delimiter, your AI, it may get confused between instructions and your input data. If I do not put delimiter over here, AI would not know where does your instruction start and where does your data starts. Okay, so using your delimiter, it helps you improve clarity, accuracy, and parsing reliability. Okay, so delimiters, when should you use delimiters? Well, they are useful when you're working with long text inputs, when you're handling structured data, when you're passing code snippets, or when you're providing multiple examples, and also when you want to prevent instruction mixing. So these are some of the use cases of your delimiter. Then you have format constraint. What it means is that you're forcing a structured output. In other words, you are telling AI that, hey, give me the output in this format. So format constraint is a prompting technique. And in this case, what we do, we force AI to provide an output that is in a specific structure or a format that we want. So maybe we want the output in a JSON format. Maybe we want it in a markdown, tables, bullet point, XML, or code block. So we can ask AI to give us an output in any one of these formats. So let's take a look at an example that is without format constraint. So this is the prompt. I have uploaded a CSV file. The file contains students' data. Provide student information for John, age 20, course AI. This is what you want. Now AI, it might respond in a random format. Okay, it might give you in a format that you do not want. The proper prompt would be something like this: I have uploaded a CSV file. The file contains student data. provide student information in JSON format. Now you're telling it very explicitly that give me the output in a date in a JSON format. And then you providing your student details, name, John, age 20, course colon AI. Now, by asking it AI to give the output in JSON format, your output may look something like this. You will see a curly brace right here. Okay, and then you're going to see name, John, age, 20, course, AI. It's going to give you these information right here. Okay, so let's take a look at an example with Markdown format. So this is the prompt. Explain machine learning in a markdown format using headings and bullet points. So for example, in this case, your output may look something like this. Machine learning, you can see a little hashtag right here. Then you see two hashtags right here. What is machine learning? Then you see this hyphen, hyphen, hyphen. So these are called your bullet points. So basically it's creating these bullet points. Then you have the separator, then you have another two hashtags, and then you have these hyphen hyphen, these are your bullet points, and then you have sub bullet points right here. So your AI is generated this answer right here. That's because you asked it that use headings and bullet points. Now let's take a look at an example with the table format. So this is a prompt, provide comparison of Python and Java in a table format. So when you ask AI to do that, it may produce an output that could look something like this. You have a feature, you have Python, and you have Java right here. So as you can see that your data, your output is actually coming in a tabular format right here. So type of language, Python is interpreted high level dynamically typed. Java on the other hand is compiled plus interpreted bytecode and so on and so forth. You can see that your output now is in a tabular format. So why format constraint is important? Well, a structured output, it helps integrate AI output into an application. So maybe you have an application. Okay, so let's say this is you given a prompt to a AI. Okay, your AI, it generates an output. Okay, and this output that is being generated by AI is going into another application. So this could be maybe let's say an API or maybe an application or mobile application, could be any application, and this is expecting an input over here in a certain format. So or maybe let's say a JSON format, it's expecting input in a JSON format. So you are asking AI to generate output in a JSON format so that this can be fed into API. So this is called integrating AI output into application. This is the application that I'm integrating into. I can also automate workflows. I can also make data machine readable. So when should you use format constraint? Well, use these techniques when you're building APIs, when you're exporting structured data, when you're automating reports, developing AI application, or when you're generating code. In these instances, you want to use your format constraint. Then you have something called persona adoption. Persona means personality adoption. So in other words, what you're doing, you're asking it to maintain a consistent tone and style. So what exactly is a persona adoption? It's a technique where we ask AI, where we are instructing AI to maintain a consistent personality, tone, or communication style when it is giving its response. So in this particular instance, in your persona adoption, you are focusing on how AI communicates, not just what it communicates. So here you're focusing on this part, how. So let's take a look at an example without persona adoption. So this is the prompt. Explain data science. Well, here your AI tone, it may be very inconsistent or generic. Maybe we don't want that. So in this case, you can say that you are a friendly teacher. So this is the persona adoption you're doing. Explaining concepts to high school students. Explain data science. So this is the prompt you're giving. Now the AI tone is going to become a little bit more simpler and also more approachable. So there are different persona examples. You can have a professional persona. Professional persona would be like maybe you are asking AI to act as a senior business consultant, or maybe you can be maybe you want AI to be a friendly persona. So you can say act as a supportive mentor. Maybe if you want the AI to become technical persona, you may say act as an experienced software engineer. Or maybe you want a motivational persona. So in that case, your prompt will start with something like act as a career coach. So, why persona adoption is important? Well, it helps maintain consistent tone. It also improves user experience and also user engagement. Also, it matches audience expectations. It creates a brand voice. So when should you use persona? Well, when you're creating chatbots, virtual assistant, these are the type of situation you want to use persona. You want to provide customer support. In these instances, you want to use persona adoption. You want to employ persona adoption. When you're writing educational content, this is another instance where you want to use persona adoption. So let's take a look at this example. In this case, I'm taking all three techniques and I'm basically using persona adoption. So this is my prompt right here. You are a professional data analyst, a professional data analyst who explains concepts clearly and formally. Analyze the data set below. So I'm using separator right here. Okay, and this is my data set right here. So this is my data. Sales increased by 15% in January and decrease again. Okay, and then I'm giving an instruction right here. Provide output in JSON format with the fields, and then you are asking it to provide me three fields: trend, insight, and recommendation based on this data.